Smithy, 2-0 win tonight under the lights, semi-final in the SDFA Cup against the reserves. You happy with that?
Yeah, happy. I can show my face at training now after all the abuse I've been getting. But I'm chuffed. They made it really difficult for us. They worked really hard. They were difficult to break down, and all credit to them, because normally when we've gone and watched them before, they've been expansive with their football, and in possession they've kept the ball and they've moved it really well, and they've tried to be more of an attacking threat. But today, obviously, we nullified their attacking threats. They had to work defensively, and out of possession they were organised, which is brilliant, because Matt's obviously worked with Sam on that at training, and they did really well, and they frustrated us massively. And you can see, from the scoreline 2-0 to us, that they should take a lot of credit, a lot of heart from that, because there's teams in our league that we've beaten by bigger margins. So yeah, the reserves done really well today.
Of course, as well, you say it's 2 goals. First one came from EJ. Doesn't always pop up every week with a goal, but when she does, it's normally a decent one, and she got a good one this evening from a good cross as well from Britt. It's good to see her back out there delivering.
It is. Britt worked amazingly well today. Britt's got player of the game today, which she fully deserves. And EJ's goal was great first touch to control it, just to poke it in as well. And it's something that we've been working on with EJ recently, just to get in around that box, having the confidence to score. Technically, she's one of our best players. She's one of the best left footers in the league. She's just got to have the confidence in herself that she can take the touch and put it in the top corner from outside the box, inside the box, and she definitely has that. We were doing shoot and drill this week at training, just as a bit of fun, and she's won it again. She's won the drill again, and she's just got to have some confidence in herself that she can do it. So hopefully she can carry on again from today after scoring her goal, and it was well worked. And not only that, off the ball, defensively, she's being more physical. She's working harder now for everyone else, and it's really good to see. But it was, the first goal came at a good time, really, in the half, and they sat back and they had their 2 banks really deep, and they frustrated us. So, the likes of Britt and EJ, that are technically good players, that will want the ball to their feet. They're the players that needed to shine today, and they did, because the players like Emily Werner and Rachel, the ones that want it in behind and they play with pace, you're not going to get that with a team that's sitting back on the 18-yard line. So we had to adapt and change the way that we played a little bit. And what was really positive is the whole team, we were patient. I think we were patient, switching the play left to right. We recycled around the back. We sort of enticed their players in and exploited that space behind, and I was really pleased with that. Just for me, the quality for our side. So the only downside for me is that quality on the passing today, and that was the one thing that I would like to improve on. Everything else, the patience, everything that we've shown today, we weren't doing at other games. So again, it's just an improvement. Like I said to the players after, we're all here as volunteers. Like we're not going to solve all the problems in one go. And I think today we played well. We showed that we were patient. But you look at other games and we haven't done that. So fair play to them. It was really good to see that.
Just to elaborate on that word, patience, it did seem very much the forefront for your team. That was the word, whereas for the reserves it was frustration, because they caused that frustration. But as you said, the development for the team today was the fact that they didn't look like they were getting desperate. It was still calm and controlled every time they attacked.
Yeah, and we've worked on that, and it's all about the ball speed. So if we're moving, and we'll pull the ball to the left-hand side, and the reserves will all come over with us, and then we would exploit the space on the other side, for instance. The quality wasn't there. So we had a winger, say for instance, on the far side of the pitch, and that winger was completely free, because we'd done the build-up perfectly well. We'd slowed the game down, we'd sped it up at the right times, and then when it was that chance just to take that final pass, that, like I just said, exploit that space in behind or to the side, our quality wasn't there. And what we could have done in 1 touch, we did in 6 touches. What we could have done in 1 pass, we did in 4 passes. So that's the stuff that we want to work on, is that ball speed and that quality. And the reason we had to do it in 4 or 5 passes, 5 touches, was because the ball's into each other. We were just firing it in. The pitch hasn't been great today. I'll hold my hands up. That's probably the first time all season it's not been great. But the reserves, they showed that they were getting frustrated because we were holding on to the ball and moving the ball, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. It's just in that final third we need to be more ruthless.
Was it also good for you tonight to give certain key players some minutes tonight where they've been out through injury or just missed games, in terms of like the likes of Alice and Emily Wernham, who's now coming back? Rachel Okoro has also been out. They got a good quality of minutes tonight.
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest things. We roll in subs. Like, I don't know, some managers jump up and down and say it's amazing we get to roll subs. Others will say you're making too many changes, and all those changes, you're going to slow the game and you're going to ruin the pace of the game. And that's something that we've worked really hard on for the last few years, is making sure that we will give the players the minutes. Like today, everybody got 75 minutes at least. And that's brilliant. And then you look at the flip side of it and say, well, if we're making all those changes, don't let the game drop. Don't be the person that comes on and lets that game drop. And I don't think they did. Everyone that came on, none of them let the game drop, and everyone got good minutes. And like you said, Rachel's back now, Alice is back now, Bert is back now, and all of these players that were missing have got good minutes now. And two different games. We played Milton Keynes on Sunday, which was a completely different game to tonight, and then tonight. And it's brilliant playing under lights. So yeah, I'm really pleased to get them back and safely through the game, because we picked up a few injuries at Milton Keynes, and we've given a few a rest today because of that. So yeah, it's good to get through this game with no extra injuries.
Where do you go from here to next month? Because we've gone from quite a slow start to the new year. We've only had 3 competitive games since the turn of the year, whereas now you're coming into a very busy March where you've got a lot of travelling to do as well.
Yeah, we have, and April as well we've got a game every week, and we got midweek games as well, which is why we use tonight to work on our logistics. It's football. We want to play football. We want to play every week, but the problem is with playing every week is you've got to manage the load, manage the injuries, which we'll do. But I think by playing every week, it's no different than what we're doing now. Yeah, we haven't had those cup games. We haven't had games every week because of the cup games, but we have had friendlies, and so we are playing almost every week. But playing league games is different, isn't it? And playing every week's different, and you want that intensity every week to keep you sharp. So that's what I want. It's not ideal that the first one's back at Exeter. Long way to go. They're obviously flying. We owe them for the last game. So, that's going to be a difficult game. But we're back. We're ready. We're ready, and I'm looking forward to it. They're a great club, great bunch of people down there as well. So it'd be a great game to go to. And then it all kicks off. And then we've got a game every week, midweek games, tough games. And we know that, we've got to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. And to be there, we've got to win all our games. So it's going to be an interesting 2 months.